Kakong Ampareen lingdo MLA kablasya suspend na kaseng Congress, kaong baka sa Shim lang ikaray jugi Paidbah nongbut, bakan Pyniasnoh eladi siya kanu kaseng sen pertay. Kalong syu baklati kana bakan omlit phai siya kaseng Congress.
So after covering approximately 80% of my constituency as of today, I can come to a clear conclusion that my constituents and the residents of my constituency, who are voters of this constituency, are very keen on seeing me remain in the fray. The first question that I asked myself after the Congress party has decided to install a new president in my constituency without my consent nor the bloc's consent. After this president has been going around saying that he is the candidate of the Congress, the first question that comes to my mind is, what is next? So I can't decide what is next. But the first impression one gets is because the Congress doesn't give you a ticket, so you're going to stay put at home. So that part of the question, more or less, I have an answer to. My people still have faith in me and still want to see me as a candidate in 2023. The next confusion. Somebody in the Congress party says come back, somebody in the Congress party says don't come back. These are all irrelevant matters to the five of us as of today. Very clearly, the Congress has no intention whatsoever to accommodate us as candidates in the upcoming general state elections. Very clear. Now, we have been requested by our respective residents and voters to remain in the fray as candidates. The next question that I personally am asking my constituents is, what do I do next? So right now we are in that stage where we are evaluating which of the political parties shall we go to. Anyways, for the group of five, it would be the safest thing to do, and that is to remain as a group of five. We are not exploring any possibility of announcing our association with any political party. We have been elected as Congress MLA. We will complete this term as Congress MLAs. I read somewhere in the media that a representative of the AICC was in the city of Shillong. However, no one from the AICC has reached out to us. No one has asked us, because I believe that when the group of five remaining MLAs were ditched by those that went to the TMC, when that situation arose, we had anyways had an in-house discussion in the presence of the in-charge in the Congress Bhavan as to what will be our next move. It would be impractical for the five of us to remain in the opposition because we feared a few possible situations. Number one, if we continue to mingle with those that have ditched the Congress, there is a high probability that more MLAs would be poached to that party. We wanted to isolate ourselves as a group of five so that we have a deeper insight after consultations with our constituents as to what to do next. But nobody waited. Now, The first letter that came to us was signed by a general secretary in the MPCC. We are learned MLAs. And as learned MLAs, we too have access to the Constitution of the Indian National Congress. And one of the sections in the Constitution of the Indian National Congress clearly and categorically states that suspension of elected members to any house need to get done from the High Command, from the table of the Honorable President of the Indian National Congress. So in the first phase, we did not initiate any response to that letter because we knew that that letter was something that was decided locally in the MPCC. Subsequently, in just few days back, maybe 10 to 12 days, we have received the approved suspension from the AICC. Now, the Indian National Congress is a party that is democratic in nature. When there is a CLP of elected MLAs, we expected the AICC to have a consult with us. But when that consultation did not take place, despite the fact that a representative from the AICC was in the city, we presume that they have likely decided that they don't want us back. So that is at least clear. Now, as is in the case of all national political parties, no party wants to just throw away their party men and women. So it's a very strange situation that we are in. 3.5 years is a very peculiar period for suspension. We don't know what is the logic behind that 3.5 year period of suspension. But we are learned MLAs. We will learn, we will wait, we will further discuss. In fact, we just met a few days ago to decide, since we had heard that a representative of the AICC was coming, we were awaiting for some sort of a discussion, but that didn't happen. So when all of that doesn't happen, we therefore negate or we take away any logic of any one office bearer of the AICC saying, please come back under this condition, this condition. Now, if you as a party is giving us a condition that you leave the MDA and come back, surely a negotiation needs to be set. So that we can also say, therefore, will all of the 5 candidates that you have fielded in these 5 constituencies give us the assurance that they will not run away from our support, or they will not again appear as dummy candidates of some person in the party. So we are leaving it at that. We will decide when will be the right time for the 5 of us, but I can speak for myself personally. I will only decide once I have covered every doorstep in my constituency. Because it is my people who will vote me to this office, it is not me.